Make yourself comfortable, guys. I'm going to tell you about a book I think might have been stolen. How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here from Triple J Comics. Welcome back. So, bit of a different video for me, this one, guys. Going to be telling you about a recent eBay sale I had, and I'm interested in your thoughts. So, settle in. Here's the story. So I've had in my collection for quite a long time now a copy of Tales of Suspense 57, signed by Stan Lee, first appearance of Hawkeye. So a bit of a key book. I've picked it up a while ago because it's got a Stan Lee signature on it, basically. And as you know, I love my Stan Lee signed books. Not a massive fan of Hawkeye. And I got this for relatively cheap a couple of years back. Now, as a lot of these books have done, with the Hawkeye TV show coming out, the prices spiked. And I decided that actually I'll be mad not to sell it at that point. So I popped it up for sale on eBay. Now, I don't sell a lot of stuff on eBay, and I certainly don't sell a lot of stuff outside of the UK. But I thought for a book of this size, I'll put it up for international bidders. And luckily, I got a bite. I got a sale to a chap in America, in Florida to be precise. I have taken off the CGC number on this book and whatnot, just to protect people's identities. Sounds really crime, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Identities have been changed. Mint. First thing I realised was that posting to America is obscene. So the prices for postage were astronomical. In the past, when I have posted stuff to America, I've kind of gone for the cheap option and just paid for the cheapest level of insurance I could. On this occasion, because the book was so expensive, in excess of £1,000, so what, about $1,500 or something like that, I decided to send it fully insured. At the time, I had COVID, so I couldn't leave the house, so I couldn't go to the usual post office, so I did it via online, and I did it via a very reputable postal service, Royal Mail Parcel Force. Paid for the additional insurance, all the rest of it. Job's a good one. Off the book went, packed up, on its way to the States. Now, I heard nothing for a long period of time. I continued to check eBay to see if I'd had feedback left, and because I'm a little bit of a worrywart and a bit anxious, I checked the tracking. The tracking showed that the book had been delivered. Over the moon. Great, I thought, that's that sorted, and I forgot about it. Now, about a month later, I get contacted by the eBay buyer, who says this book has not arrived yet. What's the crack? Guy was absolutely lovely, I have to say. I've got no issues with him at all. He was very polite throughout this. I was very apologetic. I said, well, it says it's been sold. It says it's been delivered. Not sure what's going on. So we're both starting to do some exploration at our respective ends. And this is where it gets really, really complex. So the postal firm did a little investigation, and they came back to us and said, nope, the book has been delivered. I started panicking, thinking, have I put the wrong bloody address down? Have I sent it to the wrong place? So I checked that with them. Nope, confirmed, they've delivered it to this address. I spoke to the gentleman again. He absolutely confirmed, no, I haven't received the package. Perhaps it's gone to the wrong address. So we started doing some digging that way. He went and spoke to his neighbours, I believe. He spoke to his postal service. He spoke to his postman. I'm continually digging with Royal Mail at this end. Everything's coming back saying, no, the package has been delivered. I'm starting to panic. And I'm thinking, hang on, if eBay sides with the buyer, if he puts a claim in saying that it's not been delivered, am I all of a sudden out the book and also the cost? So I'll have to repay him the £1,000. And I haven't got that kind of money. I've already spent it on toys. Anyway, so I started to get a bit panicky. I contacted the postal firm, and they tell me that they have proof that this has been delivered to the gentleman's address. At this point, the buyer says to us, well, what proof have they got? Because I've not received it, so I'm interested to know what proof they've got. I then chase it up with the postal firm again. So now this has all taken a matter of weeks, and it's a lot of time and effort. Anyway, chase it up with the postal firm, and they tell me quite clearly, yes, we have delivered the package and it's signed for. So that's interesting. I start wondering, well, if it's signed for, surely it's been delivered, and what's going on here? Is someone trying to pull the wool all over my eyes a little bit? Anyway, Go back to the guy, he says, I've not signed for it, show the proof. Go back to the postal firm. They send us an image of a signed PDA document. However, on the PDA document, it quite clearly says that because of COVID and because of infection control processes, they don't get the individual to sign for the book. The postman signs it himself. Now, this is where we get really tricky, isn't it? How does that constitute proof of delivery? How is that any proof without any kind of photograph of it being in the person's house or anything that this was actually delivered to the right person? The buyer is obviously saying to me now, I didn't sign for it and I don't know who has, and that's not my signature, and you got no proof of that. The postal firm are saying, well, absolutely it is proof. I went back to the postal firm and I said, well, have you got GPS proof to show that you're at the house? No, don't keep that. I said, how can you prove to me that this is not just a rogue postman signing for himself? They haven't responded to that. So now we're in a bit of a sticky situation. I'm starting to get a bit of a panic on. I've submitted all of the information to eBay, and then lo and behold, eBay come back and say, we are signing with you, the seller, because we believe we have proof of delivery. So I'm all right. I've got my money. Technically, the buyer is out the book, and also, if he's correct in what he's saying, he's also down the money he's paid for the book. Not a nice situation for him to be in. So the outcome is, I'm all right, but he's pretty screwed if he's being above board with all of this. Interestingly, eBay have closed it all down. They're not interested anymore. I'm assuming he's picking it up from his side. I've contacted him to try and find out what the next stage is. He tells us he's just trying to work through the process. I also contacted the postal firm and said, look, you know, I need some proof because this does not constitute proof, trying to help the guy out a little bit. The postal firm have come back to us and said they've tried to get further details from the address and from the individual, and they've not responded. So at this point, I haven't got a clue what's going on, and I'm interested in thoughts. I'm not making any accusations here. I'm not saying that this book has been stolen by anyone in particular, but all I can think is either it's not been lost in post because it's quite clearly got tracking and details saying it's been delivered. So either the eBay buyer isn't telling the truth, or someone in the postal service has clocked themselves £1,000 book. All in all, leaving a very bad taste in my mouth, and I have to say, not encouraging us to try and sell overseas anymore, because this is a horrible situation to be in. Really interested in your thoughts on this, guys. What do you think has happened? What do you think is going on with this? Have you had similar experiences yourself? Do you sell overseas if you're an eBay seller? Because I have to say, I'm very reluctant now to sell any of my stuff outside of the UK, just in case I get into this situation again. I'm counting myself incredibly lucky that I'd paid for full insurance on this, and I'd also paid for, signed for, tracked and all that kind of jazz. Because if I didn't have that proof, I think I would have been expected to pay the guy the £1,000 back, and that would have been horrendous. Okay, bit of a negative video, guys. Do apologise for that. Again, just to reassert, I'm not making any accusations. I just haven't got a bloody clue what's going on. Interested in your thoughts. Okay, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.